Hello and welcome to TinkerTanks-WoT, here on Himmelsdorf in my Tier 5 American T1 heavy tank. It's kind of an interesting tank. It's basically a giant Sherman. It even has the medium tank gun from the Sherman, the M1A1 76mm, which gives a useful 128mm of penetration and typical for tier for a medium tank, 110, 115 points of average damage. And it's pretty well armored, pretty good mobility. It does have a giant weak spot in the middle of the front of the hull, just under the turret, where you have machine gun ports, view ports, etc. But, angle the tank properly, use it like a good heavy, it's pretty good. Side armor is, of course, crap, because, well, it's an American heavy, and that's just how they roll. And, speaking of rolling, I am rolling up the hill because it doesn't seem many of my team have decided to do that, and ignoring this hill is never a good idea because it's pretty much a straight shot down the hill to your cap circle if you manage to take it, or just drive over it unopposed, as we're in danger of happening here. And the scout is up the hill and he's not seeing anyone yet, but they'll be along, I have every confidence. So steaming up the hill at leisurely 17, 18 kilometers an hour, which actually isn't bad for a heavy tank at this tier, or for that matter, any tier. And what I'm going to do, if nothing has shown up by the time I get up the hill in front of me, I'm going to head off to the right and get behind the castle. And getting behind the castle sometimes gives you shots at people down in the town, but more importantly, there they are, the flankers coming around. It gives you a chance to take care of the nasty flankers who want to go around and take your little scout from behind. Now, I've got an M4 over here, sticking out just enough of his track for me to track him. And while he's immobilized, there's a flat spot just inside the road wheel there, you can see under the light, where I can penetrate him. And, he's not happy with that. So I'm going to keep shooting him. He's not likely to penetrate me easily from the front while he's moving. Could happen, but not going to happen now. He's dead. So who else have we got? We've got a Panzerstoffe. We've got a flak bus over there, and he's got a very dangerous gun, but he has no armor and not much health, which has already been reduced by being hit. And I'll take a shot from him. I can afford it. I've got the health, and I'll put two in and kill him. And now I'm going to head after that T-40 and see if I can catch him behind for a bit of rough handling. But before I can get around, he's dead. So time to turn and head off down the hill towards the enemy cap circle. And now the T1 never entered into service, nor did the success of the M6, because by the time they were ready to go into service, they were just too tall and not well enough armored to be competitive with the Axis tanks, or even with some of the other Allied tanks for that matter. And so there just wasn't any point in putting the resources into it. Besides, I believe by the time the M6 was ready, the Pershing was already well into the works, and it's a much better tank, better armor, lower silhouette. Oh, and there's a Valentine. And yeah, he's a Tier 4 light British. I'll have some of that. Except I'm going to have a senior moment here where I turned one corner too soon. And he's nowhere to be seen. I realize, crap, I turned the wrong corner. But that's okay. We're not being pressed particularly hard at the moment, although the score is even, 10 to 10. But one thing about the Valentine is he's slow, and he's not likely to have gone far in the time it took me to make that mistake. And there he is. And there he goes, after a little rough handling from behind. And now we've got a DKW, it looked like. Whatever it was, he's dead now. So, but we're not done. I'm not going to simply camp and rest on camp the cap circle and rest on my laurels. I want more damage. I've already done more damage than my tank's hit points, which is usually my standard for an acceptable game. You got to have some kind of standard. It doesn't have to make sense. And there's the T1, or I mean, excuse me, the KV1. And from the front, I'm with the 76 millimeter I've got, I'm going to have to aim for his weak spots. Fortunately, he's not making that hard by basically just coming straight at me and allowing me to put round after round in through his driver's view slit machine gun port. And he's not doing a proportionate amount of damage to me in return. So, and here we go. That's it for Mr. KV1. So we've got one more vehicle left on the enemy team. It's a duck, the AMX-40. Good armor for a tier 4, lousy gun, and now he's dead. And so that's it. Pretty decent game, 5 kills, second class mastery badge, Reaper ribbon, what is that? Duelist, and a couple others. Who cares about ribbons? And high caliber medal for the most points done by any tank in the game at 1,233, which is okay for a tier 5 battle. Anyway, that's a little handling of the tier 1 heavy on Himmelsdorf, going through a nice little city fight, and I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, take care, and I hope you have a very good evening, and we'll talk to you soon.